The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, all of them familiar names during Black History Month, but you don't have to be dead to be part of Black history. There are thousands of living examples walking among us each and every day, and we'd like to introduce you to one of those people. Suzan Johnson Cook was the first woman and first African-American to be the U.S. Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom. She joins us this morning. And Ambassador, you were appointed by former President Barack Obama. What was that like, first of all, and what was your role in that position?
Oh, first of all, it was fascinating to work for the first African-American president of the United States. I was just so honored and actually flabbergasted that I could be in his administration. I also celebrate Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield, who we just saw in the last clip, who is the U.S. Ambassador for the United Nations. And so we were able to and privileged to work with a president who had a stellar record, but we also were able to work with one another, making history, but also wanting to serve our country in such a way. So it was a privilege and honor. My position was to advise President Obama and Secretary Clinton, who nominated me, for international religious freedom issues all over the world. Everything on the other side of the waters, 199 countries, was in my portfolio. The U.S. is under the U.S. Department of Justice, and I was to make sure that people, citizens all over the world, had the right to not only believe or not believe, but had the privilege of honoring whatever their convictions were.
You know, you also, you name dropped just a second ago, but you worked as a presidential advisor and White House fellow under the Clinton administration. How different was it serving under President Clinton compared to President Obama?
Well, there were two different roles. You know, you have to know your assignment. So I was a domestic policy analyst for President Clinton. So I was with him almost every day. I was able to sit in on cabinet meetings or represent him on conventions and everything in the United States. Also a privilege. I was in the Oval Office quite a bit, really advising him on faith issues and faith matters. And many times he allowed me to represent him all over the United States. At the end of his tenure, the last 2 years, he formed what was called the President's Initiative on Race. And he was really the first president to put race on the table, which we're seeing now that there are challenges. And so I was able to be with the late John Hope Franklin, also a history maker. And I was the faith advisor, one of 7 advisors to President Clinton. So it was a great run. I was with him for 7 years, with President Obama for 2 years getting sworn in and 2 years actually in the role. So both were privileges. You know, to be an advisor twice to U.S. presidents, you don't get that often. And so I was honored. I tried to make sure I walked in the role uprightly, and it was just such an honor to serve 2 U.S. presidents.
Suzan, I have a relative who is in the State Department, was in the State Department. She's now in Kansas working for state government there. But I remember when she was doing her diplomatic training, and all of a sudden she starts speaking Mandarin because she was going to take a post in China. And I'm thinking, a black woman speaking Mandarin, isn't this special? But people don't understand the level of education that you have to have, the level of commitment that you have to have, and they think that just because you get tapped by a president, you get to go in and say just anything that you want. How do you walk that tightrope between being an honest advisor and being that person that's sitting across from me at the dinner table on Thanksgiving?
Well, you really have to understand what your assignment is, and our privilege is to be able to advise, you know, secretaries of state and presidents, but there's a confidentiality that goes with that. There is education that goes with that. And I remember Condoleezza Rice when she was speaking Russian, and they thought she was just this person in the line to shake hands when President Bush was in office. And it was like, no, she's tapped to be my Secretary of State. And it's such an honor, because what you have to do is study for years. And if you are a chief of mission like your cousin was, you study everything about that culture, not only the language, but the protocols and what you have to do, what's important to say and what's important not to say. A diplomat brings the message back home to the Secretary of State and the President of the United States. And anyone outside of that circle is really not part of that circle. And so you have to really understand your role, your assignment. And I want to give a shout out. There are a lot of living Black ambassadors. In fact, we have an association. Many are retired. But you give your life as a person who is a foreign service officer, and you really give up your life, but you gain your life because you really have a heart for the culture that you're going to. So I want to give a shout out, because there is a sacrifice involved. And last week I was with Ambassador Andy Young, who was also the ambassador to the UN. And when I came in, I was like, this is a world I didn't even know I was coming into. And I said, I don't want to bother you. He says, no, bother me. I want to teach you. I want to share with you my experiences. And that's what I have found, that the Black ambassadors want to share our experiences and pass it on to other generations. So I was so honored. I wouldn't take nothing from my journey, as our ancestors said. And when I walked in the White House, I come from parents who were sharecroppers who had to use an outhouse. And I said, here is their daughter walking in the front door of the White House. And now we have a Black woman sitting in the White House. What an honor. What a journey. And I thank God for it.
Suzan, I've only got 30 seconds left, but before I let you go, whisper in my ear, who was easier to work with, Clinton or Obama?
Oh, you know what? They were both easier to work with, and they both had their specialties, and I was just so blessed to work with each of them. So those are sacred secrets. They both were wonderful, and they opened so many doors for me. So let me say thank you to both President Clinton and President Obama for opening the doors for me. It was an honor to serve you both.
And now you know why she worked in the diplomatic corps. Ambassador Suzan Johnson Cook, thanks for being with us, and stay with us. You're watching DC Today. We'll be right back.